Welcome back. I'm glad you could drop by today. We have a burning problem on our hands. The problem are crop circles. And no, I don't mean crop circles, which one way or another are the result of intelligent design. No, I mean crop circles and the lack of it. That is, the lack of intelligent design. Ducky here explains that it is actually an acronym for Congressional Republicans' amateur politics. That is the mind-boggling incompetence to analyze the consequences of their action. Actually, you are free to take it for what you read it as, and I'm reasonably sure you will insist on that meaning once I have presented my case. You are aware, of course, of the problems the car makers have. The problems are very serious, and whoever is at fault, this is not the time to put 2.5 million more people out of work. There would be a catastrophic ripple effect. We cannot afford it for macroeconomic reasons. You don't create another loss of nearly $150 billion in purchasing power if you are in a recession with millions unemployed. That is macroeconomy 101. So allow me to give you a second opinion on the denial of a bridge loan to car makers. At this moment, we have 4.43 million people unemployed. The loss in purchasing power is dramatic already. Add to that the cost to the taxpayer caused by payments of unemployment benefits. According to the Almanac of Policy Issues, the average total payment per unemployed is $3,118. And I have to add again that this figure has not been updated for the last 8 years, meaning that they are higher today even. Now let's calculate the cost to taxpayers for the current number of people unemployed. That is 4.43 million times 3,118, or a total of 13,782 billion that are being paid as unemployment benefits by taxpayers. That is you and me. A few days ago, I have already presented the loss in purchasing power if the failure of GM and Chrysler causes a loss of 2.5 million more jobs. The loss in annual purchasing power would be another $145 billion. 145 billion. Add to that the total unemployment payments to these 2.5 million, and you come to another nearly $8 billion. Looks to me we are talking about real money by now, especially if you consider that the loss in purchasing power at this moment is already beyond the $100 billion mark. Now let's look at the crap circles some senators are making, Senator Shelby being the poster boy. The reason for his opposition, he says, is that the UAW, the Auto Worker Union, should make concessions on their wage demands. Let me see whether I have this right. According to Crane Detroit Business News, the average wage of auto workers is $27.88, based upon $58,000 income per year. That is, of course, before taxes. Now, let's look at the wages paid in Shelby's home state, Alabama. According to the Birmingham News, the average weekly wage of auto workers is $1,302. $1,302 divided by 40 hours amounts to $32.55 per hour, or nearly $5 higher than Detroit. Of course, I'm aware of certain legacy costs that may be higher in Detroit. The problem is that reducing them retroactive that has taken away the retirement benefits from retired workers brings up serious legal problems, as these payments are being paid under contracts that were fulfilled by the workers, by the retired workers. But then the crop circlers couldn't care less. Now, let's look at some news. For example, another Birmingham news article according to which Mercedes is temporarily closing plants. Huffington Post has an op-ed in which it reports that Senate Republicans kill help for Detroit. Indeed, General Motors has announced it will close 20 plants. Also, the problem is no longer national. I reported yesterday that German car makers too need help. Indeed, General Motors' Opel division workers fear the worst. According to media reports, Republicans claim they have an issue with the bonuses and benefits auto workers receive. Actually, a memo circulated between Republicans before the vote on the bailout gave a different reason. The true reason was to kill the UAW even if it kills American car makers, not realizing that the profits made by foreign car makers in the United States go to other countries. Interestingly, Republicans have no problems with the bonuses and benefits the finance companies pay their employees. And no, I'm not talking about the CEOs, that was taken care of before. Even Carl Icahn warns of allowing bonuses to be paid from the bailout package. In turn, Huffington Post reports that Wall Street banks pay bonuses equal to 10% of the bailout package. In the meantime, foreign car makers in Alabama and in other states have announced that they will cut car production. There is simply no market for new cars at the current unemployment rate, never mind if it increases. By the way, the crisis is worldwide. The French government too had to bail out banks by ponying up some $6.7 billion. I begin to wonder whether Ducky's acronym has more substance to it than I thought. Congressional Republican Amateur Politics. The Republicans' incompetence to deal with economic issues originated with Herbert Hoover and has evolved into a craft. Hoover too found himself in a recession and crashed the economy by refusing to deal with it. Can you see the similarity? Oops, wrong picture. So my question is, are we dealing with crap or crop circles, the latter created by aliens from planet Vega? Remember, I told you before, Washington is also known as Area 51. The problem is aliens seem to have a higher IQ. One proof? Here it is. If we exhumed Herbert Hoover and took a functional MRI of his head, I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar that the picture we get would match that of the pictures of any Republican who voted against the bridge loan. Take care, have a beautiful Sunday, and I see you soon. Oh, here's a list of the reps that voted against the bridge loan.